Right, I think we're going to get started again. So if everybody can come back in and take their seat. Up next, we are going to have David come back and give us an overview of Angeles Investors, because I know we have a lot of new members here, and we want to make sure that everybody understands the wonderful work that happens in this organization.
Thank you. Thank you, Fidelma. First of all, let's give a round of applause to our MCs, Fidelma, Marcelo. It is not easy. A lot of moving parts. A lot of people who like to, share their perspectives, keeping them on track. The click. Do we have the clicker somewhere? Oh, okay. So I don't necessarily need it, but we'll move forward. So, a couple different updates. So I mentioned yesterday that we reached 500 members, and we believe. Thank you. Okay. Just thank you. We reached 500 members in 5 years, and if you listen to Eduardo's panel, what we believe is that if you look at the United States, we believe that there is roughly about 1 million Latino accredited investors across the United States. And then if you double click there and you look at cities, right, it's probably 80% of that is like within 5 or 6 cities. Right? So as you look at how we're going to focus, that's one area we're going to focus with Jeshua Cardenas, who's our membership lead, our membership growth lead there. Jeshua, please stand up. Let's give Jeshua a round of applause. We've had our record-breaking month for membership growth, and a lot of it comes from the leadership of Jeshua. So one of the key ways that we can hit that membership goal is all of you in the room. Everybody knows at least one person that could join us. We would encourage you to bring at least one member in, and if you do that within the next 30 days, you can write this down. We're going to give you an Angeles swag, the Angeles shirt, give you, and we got the gift cards and all that stuff, but we'll in the next 30 days though, so we'll get that out. Our events are driving membership. We're doing some partnership with MBA organizations across the country. Our sponsors. One of the things we find too is that you're going to hear 3 great startups today, and what we find is when we tell our network about the startups and the opportunity to invest in these startups, it also engages and drives membership, because it's as important. It's very difficult, if not impossible, to cut an individual check into some of these companies, right? So you got to do it as a group. You do it through Angeles, etc. And then also look at, you're gonna see more of what we're doing in city and city leads, and have different representatives that we're going to talk more and roll out. On social media, how many of you were following us on LinkedIn? How about YouTube? How about Twitter or X? Oh, so if you have any of those other, I think we're on Instagram as well too. But I would encourage you, please continue to follow us. We are, I think we're almost at like 15,000 followers on LinkedIn. We're killing it in terms of engagement, so we appreciate your support there. Okay, we have a membership deck. We have to always keep this up because we keep growing. I think so we're refreshing this. You're going to get more information about this. This information will go out in the newsletter. For the members, is anybody not receiving this, our weekly newsletter that goes out? Just let me know, raise your hand, or please, if you're not receiving it, please let us know, because it has dates, events, member highlights, and everything, as well as this deck. So we're talking about the different cities and city leads. So I'm going to be heading up Chicago, Max Rivera in New York, Jorge Pastrana in Orlando. Here in Miami, Francisco Mariscal, Francisco, the Miami crew. If you live in Miami, make sure you're connecting with Francisco. Houston, Stacy Latoyson, who's like, I think she's podcasting somewhere in maybe another room over here. And Phoenix, Tomas Leon. I was in Phoenix a couple weeks ago. Excellent time out there. Los Angeles, Mauro Ibarra, and then Edgar Coronado in the San Fran Bay Area. So when I talked about the growth, the members, where they're at, we believe this is where they're at. So one of the things we want to highlight is who are our top investors for 2024, and it's not in any particular order, but these are those who invested the most, top 19 or so in 2024. So if you're on that list, can you just raise your hand? And let's give them a round of applause. Thank you for supporting Our startups. Okay, so last year we had a couple, we'll have some mentee questions this year, but it's always, I think that's always good to go back and just kind of see, hey, what happened last year? So at this event last year, we said, hey, how many Fed cuts we think rate cuts is the Fed going to do? And I think 61% said they were going to do one. And they actually did, I think, 3 this past year, right? So, and we'll ask that question again. It'll be interesting what happens. And then we asked, okay, what sectors do you like? We did a mentee poll, and we got a lot of people that love tech. A lot of people who love tech here, but real estate and a couple others. So, give you a sense of the diverse industries that our members like. And so we're going to do some mentee polls here. The first one, where will the Dow Jones average be on December 31st, 2025? Snap it and vote. What do you guys, where is, and if we do this too early, we can move markets. When analysts they put out the I don't know if we can be able to see or not. Or, okay, we'll wait on this one. What did the Dow, I think it was like 44 or something today, right? 44,000. It's a little bit off of it. Yeah, 43. Oh, it was 44 last I checked. Now it's 43. Okay. Oh, so here's that. So it's a couple still coming in. So we think roughly flat to a little bit up is where we think this one's going to land. We think it's going to be up, up about 10% or so. That's what the group thinks. Okay. Snap a picture of that. Let's go on to the next one. Okay. So same question. And then we put a little twist on it, right? How many Fed rate cuts will the Fed make in 2025? There's also an option that will they raise also. So that's potentially out there too. So looks like we're leaning more towards two cuts. We'll see. A couple, 1 or 2. Couple there. Okay, cool. Let's see what the next one is. What will the price of Bitcoin be on December 31st, 2025? It's about 198 or so right now, ish. Crypto heads out there. Get us a little sense of data. Okay. Right. So you get a sense of what the room thinks where crypto is going to be at as an interesting asset class. I'm personally bullish on it. I'm on the upper end of that. Okay, here's a good one. So we're talking about membership. How many members will analysts have on December 31st, 2025? If you can't see that. 500 right now. We grew about 80%, maybe 70% of membership last year. And as the numbers are coming in, look, we think, so I was mentioning, we believe that there's a million Latino accredited investors. Our membership is more than just Latino, but if you just focus there, we get, 10% of that is 100,000, 1% of that is 10,000. We believe that by 2030, we could be about 10,000 members, and we roughly double every year is kind of the thinking and how we get there. And we say, and we have that. So thank you for your input there. We'll have those captured and then get those out to everyone. Let's see. Okay. Wanted to give some portfolio updates. You heard from Neurable. I don't know if Ramses says, yeah. One of the things Ramses didn't mention is they had a priced round markup. And for those who invested, it's roughly about a 1.4 markup in your value if you invested in the first round of Neurable. And not many people get these price equity rounds. So let's give Ramses a round of applause for Neurable. Thank you. Keep cranking away, right? Certiverse. So Certiverse was our first investment February 2020, just as COVID was coming out. They just received a term sheet for a Series A. I think it was like 50 million, 40 million, 55 million post money. We invested in them at about 5 million. It was a convertible note, about 5 million cap. And then we had multiple rounds of investing. So that they have a term sheet. They're going to be a announcement here in the next couple weeks on that. Storybook, those who invested in Storybook, they're launching in March, early March, this app called Theo for children, parents, and it's like a religious app and along the lines of Hallow, which is roughly likely a unicorn that's focused in that space. So that's an update on Storybook. Abstract, which is up there, they raised a formal seed round of they raised 4.5 million for a seed round. We have Rodrigo. Where's Rodrigo from Propio? We closed on Rodrigo from Propio, so we just invested in them. So very excited about them and what they're doing and using AI to disrupt the accounting space. Linker Finance just launched Vault.bank, and they're going to be bringing on anywhere from 7 to 10 banks onto their platform. Lead Sales just had their best quarter ever. Those who invested in them should have got their update. Series A's planned middle of this year. And IOTA Impact is now rebranded as NextMinder. We have Andres there, but they just reached 7 million in revenue, right? And so how many startups within the first 2-3 years get to 7 million in revenue is very, very difficult. So Andres, raise your hand. Let's give Andres a round of applause. So those are, and you heard from all the other startups that gave a little bit of their update, and a lot of exciting things happening with our portfolio. We're very proud of it. And I think you'll see over time we will put this portfolio up against any portfolio that's there. Some of our events, these are on our newsletter. We're trying to hit different parts around the country. And our next one, Silicon Valley, looks like we're going to be partnering with Negocios Now, potentially Google that Thursday. We're potentially, this is like late May, Thursday, Friday. We're looking to do some wine tasting in Napa that Saturday as part of Angeles Experiences. We're going to put it out. Make sure you RSVP. I think we're going to have a cap. So once you get it, first come, first serve. Let's see. Okay, that's and it will be around for other questions afterwards. So hey, the last thing, appreciate everyone, right? Without our members, without our sponsors, right? Without all of you, this doesn't happen. This is us. This is our organization. Appreciate you, and I'll kick it back to Marcelo.
Thank you, David. Thanks to all of you. This happens, as David said, because each and all of us.